welcome everybody. And I'm going to just a couple of special guests. We have Congresswoman Debbie Dingell here today. Debbie? We have Greg Petoniak, the former Mayor of Taylor and the current director of SEMCA. Greg? And from the City Council, we have Rita Ganaga. And Pete Workman. Pete? From the school board, we have Matt Dominski. Matt? I want to do a special introduction today. If you're from Riverview, you probably heard the news. We're going to have a new school superintendent. He'll be taking over in probably July, I think, after the end of the school year. Mr. J.J. Hatzel, longtime Riverview resident. J.J., welcome. Now you know who to call if your kid doesn't make the football team. So, I want to introduce myself. I'm Tim Grant. I was a mayor here for 20 years. I never did a state of the city. I don't think that's, Riverview's been the city for almost 7 years. I don't think we've ever had one. So I want to thank the Southgate Rotary who initiated this, Mr. Steve Alice and the Southgate Rotary. Steve? And Steve's had special assistance today from Larry White from the Taylor Rotary. Larry? Larry does a great job. We have a great summer concert series in Riverview now at the pond. But Larry also does one at the Taylor Conservatory. It's great. They're usually on, what night is that, Larry?
Wednesdays.
Wednesday. I usually go to quite a few of them. Very good. So, okay, I think Mayor Swift is going to set some things on the agenda. We're going to first have the national anthem, which is going to be sung by Sarah Sherrard.
Thank you. Please join with me. Oh, say, can you see the dawn's early light? What so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight. For the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare above bursting in air gave through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave for the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Okay, next we're going to have Mayor Swift. He wants to present some business awards. And before he begins that, I want to do something.
I do this.
No, we want to thank our event sponsors. They're in your program. Alice Law Offices, CE Raines Company, CMAR Products, Comcast, Go Big Multimedia, Michigan Memorial Park, Michigan Memorial Funeral Home, the law firm of Pentuck, Corvair, and Kobelik, Southeast Michigan Alliance, also known as SEMCA, Stroya Securities, Southgate Family Dental, the Guidance Center, and Viral Video. So we want to thank those sponsors for making this possible. And one other thing, since this is the first State of the City of Michigan, many people don't know that almost all state and city nurses are not only to inform you what's going on in the city, but they're also to provide scholarships. And this year, proceeds from this will help provide 2 scholarships for Gabriel Richard High School and Riverview Community High School. So your money today went not only towards your meal, but it went to sponsoring scholarships. Mayor Swift?
Just not go far. First off, well, you already thank Mr. Ailes from Southgate Rotary for putting this event on. And I do also want to acknowledge Congresswoman Dingle for coming. She's got a very busy schedule, but I think we're a special place in our heart as all. I'd also like to take this time to thank Mayor Grant. He was mayor for 20 years. He was first elected in November of 1987 and served till 1991. He decided to return to politics in 93 and served 2 years before resigning his council position to run for mayor, as I did the same thing. He defeated a 20-year-old mayoral veteran in Proteville. He became Riverview's second consecutive 5-term mayor. And no, I'm not going to be a 5-term mayor. Hopefully, I'll be lucky to finish my second. Riverview was in good financial shape because of his leadership through the real estate crash of 2008. 2010. With this financial understanding and the business sense of our then city manager, Dean Workman, and our finance director, Doug Reisel at that time, we weathered quite the financial crunch. And Tim has even said to me several times he's quite proud of, during that whole time, the city of Riverview never laid anybody off or raised taxes. So if you don't mind, please join me in thanking Mayor Durant for his commitment to the city.
It's nice to hear nice things when you're still alive.
I guarantee if he knew I was going to say that, he would not be me. But I do know him and Luann are thoroughly enjoying their grandkids and hopefully a little less stress-free life since we time for politics. So thank you, Tim. I'll be talking more about the business climate later, but now we're going to acknowledge 7 businesses that have chosen Riverview as the place they want to be. When the Rotary suggested that we recognize businesses, they also suggest that we create categories like most improved, best facade, best whatever. We choose the following in a very unique category, and I called it Contributing to a Better Life for Riverview residents, students, seniors, and civic organizations. Each one of these businesses has contributed in many ways to the betterment of our community. Some by working with the schools and assisting in their fundraising efforts, some by providing an environment so that civic groups can hold their weekly meetings. Some by providing recognition to our city staff for the outstanding work our employees do. Some for trying to educate our community on the benefits of living a better life. All these businesses have the community review, and that's one of the things that we're acknowledging today. That being said, up first is Achieve Health and Performance. They got some representatives here. Like Joe Sustrick, come on up. Joe Sustrick, obviously joining us up here. You may don't know. It's one of our newest businesses. They had their grand opening this past January. His staff worked to provide optimal health and performance through chiropractic, massage therapy, nutritional health talks, and focused sports-specific and wellness training. And if we were given an award for the most improved building facade, you guys did that too, with the work that was done in your building. They're in the old Straight Cats building, and I think whoever did the work did an outstanding job in the mountain place. It's really a beautiful part. Thank you. Next up is Atria Kinghaven by Don't Think Hearing Me today. So I'll just go through this real quick because I took the time to write this down. Atria Kinghaven creates a vibrant community where older adults strive to participate and enjoy a fulfilling lifestyle, support, and encouragement. This facility is living proof that the reason that water is so expensive in Riverview is because there's something in it that encourages longevity. This place has more residents over 100 years old than any place I know. And I read thoughtfulness and moved into Atria drinking their water because it's been a long time. Karen her staff provide a place for the clients to hold their Riverview weekly meetings, perform fundraising events, and they donate for our fire department every year. They provide an annual ice cream social for our seniors and city hall employees, and I'm sure a lot more functions than I'm not aware of. So let's hear a round of applause for Atrids and Gables. Next, I believe, is another no-show, because they're probably just too busy, and that's what you get when you have business owners. It's Parkland on Coney Island and Restaurant. I invited any else I had today to join us, but he couldn't make it. But Parkland on Coney Island was founded by two dedicated and passionate shops. They have become one of the most desired and requested restaurants in Riverview, and catering companies in the Riverview areas. Their strength is unmatched love for hospitality. They take a great deal of pride in their presentation, service, and culinary knowledge. After 22 years of private culinary experience and thousands of successful events, Parkland on Coney Island sets the standard for dine-in and catering to the greater Kansas River areas. And on more of a personal note, but most people don't know, this is just typical of all businesses in Riverview. They're very generous. During the worst part of the COVID-19 pandemic, Eddie asked me if I knew any Riverview families that are struggling with something to eat. I told him I did. And Parkland provided food for those families who needed it during the really tough time. As most of you know, Riverview is constantly accused of having way too many Coney Islands. First, I don't think that's possible. Second, my opinion that these types of restaurants draw a regular customer base made up of families. That's what we want to encourage here in Riverview. Third, I think half the congregation from St. Cyprian Church go to one of those three restaurants after 9 o'clock mass on Sunday. Don't try to go to any one of them after 10 o'clock on Sunday. Fourth and final reason the Parkland is getting this recognition is they're my favorite place to go to do my politics. Okay. Next, Riverview Nutrition. Courtney and Michelle, come on up. While they're working their way up, these ladies are the perfect example of persistence. They have put the work they put into fixing up and remodeling their store included days and weeks of very hard work. Finally, in August of last year, they held their grand opening, and I believe the community has embraced them ever since. Not only do they have healthy shakes and teas, they work with many civic groups and school groups to assist them in their fundraising for the benefit of the community. And their monthly theme drinks always keep their menu fresh. Congratulations. Okay, a serendipity and ice cream shop. Tammy Allen. There's good news all around this company. A Serendipity Cakery just celebrated their 10th anniversary in business, but the better part is the last three have been in the city of Riverview. We think that's that. On December 22nd, 2019, they had their grand opening located in the Baptist Mall. Not only did Tammy bring with her enormous talent in running a bakery, she brought with her a commitment to the community. Right out of the gate of opening her shop in Riverview, she started working with schools, booster clubs, parent clubs, civic groups to help with their fundraising efforts. The Serendipity offers classes, events, fundraisers, all in addition to the cakes, desserts, and works with culinary art. Even better yet, my granddaughter's favorite place to go get Superman ice cream. Thank you. Stephanie McKee, you come up for Data Living is next. Stephanie has a rather unique business. Her business motto is our number one goal is to ensure that all people impacted by cancer are empowered with knowledge, strengthened by action, and sustained by community. She opened her shop on Quarry Road in October of 2016. Data Living provides counseling for cancer patients, sponsors Ladies' Night at Day of Living, and hosts holistic pop-up events at local businesses. I would suggest you check out our Facebook page and website for a good understanding of what this business is all about. I found that Stephanie is the total truth. She is one of the most passionate people in the city of Riverview as it relates to her business and how she cares for people. Thank you, Stephanie. Now, this next one was really tough for me. I had to narrow it down. All the background was probably 10 pages long, but it's really short. So at this time, I'd like to invite up Will and Sherry Evans from Go Big Multimedia. For me, this choice was the easiest pick. I remember well when Will and Sherry first pitched the idea of a new newspaper in the city of Riverview over 4 years ago. Their proposal to form a partnership with the city to provide our residents with information on city, school, civic events was something I struggled with at first. It took a little persistence on their part, but I think their efforts certainly paid off and we're much better for it. And this is Will's term. Riverview has become a trumpeter of good news. The Riverview Register is the only monthly paper magazine that gets delivered to every apartment, home, and business in the city that focuses on Riverview content. We use the paper to publicize all the events that happen in the city. These include the recreation department activities, library programs and activities, special events, Summerfest, our tree lighting ceremony, and a slew of others. The Riverview Community School District also uses the Register to get the word out of all the good in the school system. But there are consequences to the decision you make, and there are no bad ones here. But the first good consequence I noticed with this partnership was a measurable increase across the board in all our events, Summerfest, tree lighting, and concerts in the park. I blame Will all the time when I see him that we run out of parking for Summerfest and the tree lighting ceremony every year because of you guys. Thank you very much. With everything else being the same, the only difference was that our community was informed about the event, that everyone received information from the Register. Go Big Multimedia got in the newspaper business with the start of the Grows Deal Grant. The success of that publication was they ventured into Riverview, even though their office was already here, with the Register. Then they came with the Why Not Warrior, the Southgate Sentinel newspaper, and just recently added the Trenton Times to fill the void for the Trenton Trib shutting down. All this in addition to savvy shoppers, or the shoppers savvy. And to finish, I'll just say, I think I've come to know Will pretty good. And I have to say that I'm a better person for it. Riverview is a better place because of it. And I couldn't be more proud to award this plaque to my friend Will Evans and Sherry Evans of Go Big Multimedia. This is what they're responsible for. This is our tree lighting ceremony that's grown quite popular over the years.
Thank you.
Yeah, no problem.
Thank you.
Okay, now what we're really here for. With this being my first State of the City address, I wasn't exactly sure where to start. Like everyone else these days, we've got so much going on that sometimes it's tough to manage it all. But somehow we get our way through it. First, I would like to please join me in giving a big round of applause to the Southgate Rotary for sponsoring this event. Mr. Ailes has been on my back, encouraging me to do this for the past 3 years. I wasn't comfortable with doing so, but it's in full force. Now it was uncomfortable. Debbie Dingle for being here today. She's been a real friend to me and to her. And I appreciate the fact that she has taken time to be here with us today. And as a matter of fact, we'll be joining her again this Wednesday for a ribbon cutting ceremony with the John D. Dingle Detroit River Refuge. If you haven't visited yet, it's an awesome place to take your grandkids. Actually, I've been looking forward to this day for many reasons. One reason that I stated at the start of my address, Riverview has so much going on, and I want to be the one to know just some of it. I'm sure a lot of you have heard Riverview refer to this as a drive-through city. This inference is that we have nothing to offer. You need to go somewhere else to get what you need. And to be honest, I'm fine with that. Because if you want higher tax rates, higher crime, traffic issues, crowded housing, and big industry, feel free to drive Riverview. Riverview is known for what it is. It's a small bedroom community. You've got great schools, great city services, you have parks in nearly every subdivision, and a community where you're likely to know, I'll say at least most of your neighbors. Riverview regularly enjoys being on the list of the safest cities in Michigan. And none of these things happen by magic. Because we're a small community, it's a little easier to focus on what we need to do to make it just a little bit better. One thing I focused on shortly after coming here was to revive our idle economic development and brownfield authority. I'd also like to thank Mr. Brian Webster at this table here for volunteering to be the chair of that committee. Thank you, Brian. And although the EDC doesn't have a great impact yet on attracting new businesses, we've experienced some quite impressive new business activity in the last 6 years. For those who say Riverview is not attracting new businesses, since my taking office, here's the list. I don't want to bore you, and I'll read it fast, but I think it needs to be said that we just had one or two in the last couple of years. We've had several. W.F. Whalen, C. Senior, 2 locations. Advanced Hearing, a Serendipity Cakery. Downriver Jiu-Jitsu, Riverside Hearing Services. Sienna Boone Goosehead Insurance Agency. My Prescription Pharmacy. Baxter's Cafe, The Groovy Pooch. Alterations by Nana Pop, Safe Spot Storage, Safe for Sales. Fat Daddy's Chicken and Waffle. Place is awesome. RV Fuel, Athletical Physical Therapy, Bogart Law, Quest Diagnostics, Michigan House Senior Living, and is Joseph McCall here today? Up here. Thank you guys, and thank you for coming. We appreciate it. You've got a beautiful facility. We held our grand opening earlier this year. Hoffman Home Renovations, Data Living, HFF Custom Rods, Winter Beauty Supply, Movement Physical Occupational Therapy, Taco Stop, another one of my favorites, Massage Therapy, Awesome RC, Auto Value Riverview, Bertone Spa, All About Sue, Blazing Custom Trails, Downriver Used Cars, Game Guild, Quest Diagnostics, Signature Services, Hot Dog, Pet Spa, and Fort Zone Country. Now, just by the names of most of those businesses, to me, they scream small business, and we enjoy having them here. We even had some major investment and expansions with current businesses. One of the few big ones are Area South, Pirates Cove 3, and Pyramol Solutions. And I said this many times before, I think Pyramol is the best kept secrets City River has. It is a multi-million, probably a $100 million company. They're a drug manufacturer. They've expanded twice in the city, and I know they got at least plans for at least one more expansion. Now, to give a little background on what the city of South has been doing, I'll start with the fire department. That should be everybody's favorite. For years, our department was staffed with part-time firefighters and paramedics. That model worked well for us for decades. For the same and better service, we had the lowest cost in staffing, and our full-time department made up of part-time staff. Unfortunately, as time went on, it became harder and harder to maintain an adequate staff. So at the recommendation of the city manager and the fire chief, we requested that our residents approve a public safety millage to fund a full-time fire department made up of part-time and full-time staff. So in November of 2020, our residents overwhelmingly approved the request, and we hired 8 full-time firefighters and paramedics. We've also recently added a much-needed new deputy chief, so congratulations to them. Last year, council approved the purchase of 23 body cams for our police officers. It is expected that the body cam system would benefit the department with its features, data storage, sidearm signal feature, prosecuting in court cases, and real live stream. These body cams have already proven to be very effective. We've gone through a few changes in the last few years with retirements and resignations, but hopefully we have that solved very soon. The Riverview Veterans Memorial Library has gone into overdrive for the past 4 years. It continues to be a trusted resource for the city of Riverview. It provides access to 54,000 print materials, including a new comic book collection. The library has 8 Chromebooks purchased from the library of Michigan grant. Each year they circulate over 2,000 items and visited by an average of 90 people per day, who have checkouts, events, computer use, and early literacy story times. As of this year, the Riverview Veterans Memorial Library has completely remodeled the youth area to include interactive furniture, updated reading materials, toddler play walls, and an outdoor fair garden. In the fall of last year, the library installed 3 bike repair stations, solar-powered bike repair stations around the city to help bikers get where they need. The libraries continue to make capital improvements, planning for a robust summer literacy program to include events, early literacy education, and reading incentives. Our recreation department has been very busy putting together summer programs and improving our parks. We have new pickleball courts in Reland Park. This addition has been proved to be very popular with our residents. And this summer we'll have 3 different leagues using the courts. So unless you're in the league, you'll probably have a problem getting support time. The new splash pad at Memorial Park is quite popular with many young families on that part of town. Basketball has returned to Young Patriots Park with the replacement of that basketball court. The city of Riverview has recently received a $50,000 grant from Wayne County to purchase preschool-age park equipment at Memorial Park. And coming up later, for all those in Riverview who said Riverview should have a dog park, well, we're going to have one, albeit for a day. On Sunday, May 22nd, dogs will be returning over to Young Patriots Park and our Pet in the Park event. Some of the many events we have coming up on the Recreation Department calendar are the Memorial Day ceremony, Summerfest, concerts in the park, All-American Fishing Derby, fall hay rides, movies in the park, and the ever-popular tree lighting ceremony. This past year, our DPW has been very busy fixing water main breaks. They seem to have an unfair amount this year. These guys do a great job of keeping the city in great shape, from tree trimming, cleaning streets, fixing broken equipment, and getting up in the middle of a cold winter night to fix a broken water main. These guys do it all. The Riverview Highlands Golf Course has undergone an incredible transformation over the past 2 years. With some new guidance and having the right personnel in place, our golf course has become the envy of Southeast Michigan. The Highlands was recently voted best course downriver by the News Herald. It's no secret that we've invested a lot of money in the golf course. But it's also no secret that our investments are paying off markedly. In the past few years, we've installed a new pump station, renovated the loft into a year-round practice facility, parking lot improvements, park path replacement, landscaping updates around the entrance, the building, and the first tee. We recently replaced the green floor, roller for the tees, and updated one specific equipment sale. One major addition last year was custom club fitting and loft to complement the indoor practice facility. And I mention all that because of all the time and effort we put in, it's really drawn a focus downriver. Our golf course has quite an outstanding reputation. This June will be our 3rd annual Riverview Highlands Golf Invitational. This event is used to finance major improvements to the golf course and the clubhouse. Each year, the interest in this event grows, and this year will be no different. And to make sure the interest of this participation increases, we've been lucky enough to be working with Destination Downriver organization to help us promote the event. I'm very pleased and proud to announce that the star of the PBS show, Under the Radar, Tom Golden, will be helping us promote the event. Tom will also be the 5th putter on each team on a designated hole. The UTR star will be in full-color golfer costume, is what I have to call it, for the enjoyment of the players. And I've been told there's only one golfer worse than Tom, and that's me. A couple of items I'd like to bring up about the deal with the golf course. As I said earlier, I'm not a golfer, and I prove that every time I golf. After getting elected mayor, 2 items on my agenda, in addition to recycling, was a classic car golf outing and concert on the course. Now, may not be a golfer, but someone who likes to be on the course, I recommended some new events to the golf committee. The first was called Clubs and Pros Golf Outing, which happened last year. It was quite a unique event. It says it was quite a sight to see in classic vehicles placed strategically throughout the course. The car show in the parking lot had nearly 100 participants, and that's just not something you ever see every day, is classic cars on a golf course, and not one got hit, because they didn't try hard enough. Another event I wanted to see happen is a concert held on the grounds of the practice facility. I presented the idea to the golf committee, and it was unanimously approved. We're still in the planning stages, but this is what we have so far. It'll be a pine knob style, and it's a whole term, concert. Residents will be able to bring lawn chairs and blankets to make themselves comfortable for the 2-hour concert on the course. The seating being an actual golf practice facility, sand traps and tees would roll off and prevent damage. There will also be available seating for easily 200 people to enjoy the show. We plan to have food trucks and alcohol available for purchase at the event. This promises to be a fun, unique event that our city has to look forward to. And if it's a success, I think we can repeat it again next year. If you want to know what the biggest financial impact of the city of Riverview recently is a contract with DPE to build a compressed natural gas plant on landfill property. Our finance department led the way in negotiating a deal that will assist us in funding our OPEB, while learn this, other post-employment benefits. When the plan is operational, this deal will mean millions of dollars to our city over the life of the contract. No other community that I know of is addressing the issue of retirement benefits like Riverview is. I'll just say, please give Rob and our finance director a round of applause. The final department I'd like to talk about is the Riverview Land Reserve. I can let you all know that the city has refiled our request for a 45-acre expansion of the landfill yesterday with Wayne County. This expansion has been a subject of controversy for a couple of years now. Those opposed to the expansion have been quite vocal in their opposition. Like items of controversy, those in opposition seem to have a little bit louder voice. Those in support of the issue tend not to want to confront those in opposition. So to determine the level of support from our residents, council voted to publish a survey asking our residents who support the expansion, knowing if the, let me get this right, ask our residents who support the expansion, knowing the impact if it were to close. The results were 2-to-1 in favor of the expansion. And those survey results were included as part of our pre-application to the Facilities Inclusion Committee of Wayne County. City Council recently unanimously passed a motion to start curbside recycling. Recycling was one of my goals when I first ran for mayor. A large number of our residents take the time to bring their recyclables to the recycle center at the landfill. It is understood that when we offer curbside service, participation will go up measurably. We are in the process of obtaining a grant from a nonprofit that will use to purchase the totes required to recycle. This will reduce the operational cost of the recycling program. And this information was also filed with our application for the expansion, because that was one of the requirements that Wayne County had for us to accomplish. Another major topic our council is addressing is the interest in having marijuana dispensaries, processing plants, or growing facilities. We started the discussion on the topic, and the next step is to form a committee made up of residents, industry experts, substance abuse experts, and council people. Most of the council's business dispensaries and growing facilities to get a better understanding of the industry. And no, I didn't get any free samples. Council can't accept a gift over $10 in value. And I guarantee you, at least the dispensary, there absolutely nothing in that place around $10. In conclusion, I would acknowledge the entire staff of the city of Riverview. So please join me, give our staff a prayer for all. I have a lot of respect for them, and I purposely, I don't like to name a lot of people because you're inadvertently going to forget someone, and I didn't want to be responsible for that. Finally, one of the most important things because we're never alone. We've got great partners in Destination Downriver, Centog, the Guidance Center, the DCC, Comcast, Rotary, Kiwanis Goodfellows, and the Southern Wayne County Regional Chamber. We've got so much help and so much support that the City of Riverview truly appreciates that. So thank you very much. But before we go, I have one more presentation to make. With all that's going on in the City of Riverview, and has been going on for years, there's always this glue that holds any organization together. And for us, that glue is Quarry Antioch. Please come up. Don't be embarrassed. But I'm pointing to it. Barbara's retiring at the end of this month. I know it's sad. She's been working for the city for 17 years. So you must have started just before I got elected. Back in almost 17 years. So, but I just wanted to thank her because I think I'm going to be gone with the one-way party. But I didn't want her to go without me being able to say goodbye.
Thank you.
Thank you, Barbara. And thank you everyone for coming. Have a great summer, and I look forward to our paths crossing again. Thank you very much.
Thanks again to everybody for coming. I think this initial State of the City was a success. Hopefully we'll be doing these in the future. Once again, I want to thank Steve Hollis from the Southgate Rotary, and Larry White for his assistance today, from the Taylor Rotary for encouraging Andy or Mayor Swift to do this. And thank you very much for coming. And before we go, we could everybody rise and close this with the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag
of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation,